Hey, my name's Kevin Baird, and we just got done with an incredible Florida Capital Project today with pastors coming in from different locations around Florida, specifically for the purpose of connecting with their elected civic leaders. We believe that it is critical that pastors develop these relationships with their civic leaders. And the reason we believe that's important is because it's a biblical template. In ancient Israel, civic leaders would meet with spiritual leaders. In fact, there wasn't much difference between the two in ancient Israel, but they would gather at the gate of the city and they would begin to have conversations and discussions, and more importantly, they would begin to ask themselves the question, what would God have us do in order to benefit and to bless the residents or the citizens of this area that we're giving oversight to? Well, we believe here in Tallahassee at the state capitol, we are literally at the gate of our state. And we believe that the elders and the shepherds and the pastors of the Church of Florida need to come to Tallahassee and be a part of what we call the Florida Capital Project, where we facilitate these connections in order that these conversations can begin to take place. Now, this is not politics as usual. I understand the minute you say government and politics, people think, oh, it's poisonous. I don't want to even be a part of that. But hear me when I say this. We're not leading with a partisan platform. We're not coming as a political party, but we're inviting pastors to come and lead with the gospel. We're not asking them to be public policy experts. We're asking them just to come and do what their calling actually does and come to the civic mission field and minister to those that God deems out of Romans 13 as ministers as well. And they come for three specific purposes. Number one is we pray for them. 1 Timothy chapter 2, we're to pray for all those in authority. And so we want to pray and we want to treat them as human beings and people for whom Christ died. And you know, when you pray for somebody, it's amazing how hearts can melt and conversations can start. Number two is we try to find ways to build partnerships. Partnership is so important. There are ways that state and church can work together in order to help the residents of this state, to bless people, to enhance their life, to do things for benevolence, compassion, all sorts of ways that we could actually work together and do something great in people's lives. And then of course, thirdly, no surprise, we would have some input into public policy decisions. We believe righteousness exalts a nation, sin is a reproach to any people. So we feel like pastors in the church have a place and a voice in this space in order to articulate our values, because we believe that at the end of the day, God's ways always work best. And so we want to place at that table. We want to come into this space a heart full of love, compassion, as well as zeal for the Lord. And we're just honored to be able to host, I can say now after 6 years, hundreds of pastors coming to the state capitol. And so we're excited to continue to do this. It's almost the end of 2024. We're going to get turned around to do it again in 2025. And so if you run across this video, we just encourage you, if you're a pastor, to contact us at floridacapitalproject.org. That's capital now with an O in it. Remember that, floridacapitalproject.org. And you'll get to contact me directly. I would love to communicate with you and get you plugged in. God bless.